Today is Sunday, April 27th. Yesterday was my birthday. It's been a really depressing weekend for some reason. My mood has been kind of all over the place. Um, I didn't do much yesterday. I spent time with my son, watched some anime, played some video games. We played, I think the game is called Bipeds, and we have to go on like missions, and it's a co op game, so we kind of need each other to complete the missions, and we have to these little robots that walk around on two legs. In order to get them to walk, I really have to like maneuver each joystick one at a time, and that really threw me off because it actually requires more coordination than I initially thought it would. So it was a little difficult at first, but overall it was pretty fun. um, Something that's been kind of bothering me is that it feels like it's now the second year in a row where like my parents and my like sibling and my family, they don't really take the time to be like, hey, what do you want to go do for your birthday? Do you want to go out to eat? Or even like sit there and cut a cake or anything. Not that I like being the center of attention. I'm not much of a party person, but um yeah, for the second year in a row, it's like they've been too busy to even acknowledge it. I mean, they do wish me happy birthday, but I don't know. I think that it's bothered me more than initially thought it would. Um, Even though I don't like being the center of attention, it's like you always expect to at least feel a little bit special on your birthday, right? And maybe that young part of me, that little girl part of me, still kind of feels like that, and that might be why it bothers me. Um, We started renting out our backyard for parties. My sister listed our backyard on Peer Space in order to make money, because make some additional money, because I'm going to stop working in about a month so I can work for free at a full-time internship doing exactly what I'm doing now, but it has to be unpaid per my graduate program. So I'm going to be out of work for at least a year, and so we're trying to come up with more ways to make money to supplement for that income that I've been helping with, as far as like paying the mortgage and all that, because living in SoCal is ridiculously expensive. Anyway, so it's been going great. I think we've had at least one party per weekend, which is great. But the sucky part about it is that a lot of these parties tend to go on till late at night. Like the one last night went on till like 3 in the morning. And that was my brother-in-law's family, so it's like um that party went on for longer than the other ones I think would have, but it was really loud with super loud Mexican music and I tend to have trouble sleeping with all of the noise in the backyard, so I didn't really get much sleep last night. I'm trying to figure out what else is altering my mood. And not only that, sorry if this is TMI, but I haven't started my period yet this month, and there's like literally zero chance that I could be pregnant. So I'm trying to figure out what it is. If it's the stress, if there's something going on with my hormones that's also affecting my moods. Um, I also started taking like these GABA and L-theanine. I don't know if it's L-theanine or L-theanine. I'll just call it L-theanine gummies, which are supposed to help reduce stress, and also these B12 gummies that are supposed to help with energy. I've been doing some research, and I've found that apparently people with cerebral palsy are more prone to mental health um, disorders like depression and anxiety. And a lot of that could be due to like the stress of having a physical disability, and like socially how we are perceived and how we have to deal with like all these obstacles, right? I've talked about how I grew up being bullied and constantly feeling like I didn't fit in, didn't have many friends, and all of that. But I also read that I read online that GABA is involved in anxiety reduction, and some studies suggest that the GABA the pathways may be altered in individuals with CP or cerebral palsy, which um, that reduced connectivity could potentially cause more anxiety. Um, so because of that, I decided to start taking some GABA um, gummy supplements. And I've only been taking them for maybe a little over a week. I wonder if this is messing with my menstrual cycle. I mean, I've never heard of vitamins messing with your menstrual cycle. When I was taking medication for depression and anxiety, and even stimulants for my ADHD, it would sometimes mess with my cycle. But anyway, I haven't been on medication in a couple of months. What else is there? Life has been hectic as always, trying to juggle having or dealing with all of these mental health difficulties, depression, anxiety, ADHD, and then cerebral palsy on top of that, and being a full time SLP and doing graduate school in the evenings while trying to balance being a good mom to my 11-year-old who is now starting to get into crushes and all of that fun stuff. And when I say it like that, I realize how much I really have going on and how much I feel like I am stretching myself too thin. So I still have about a year left of my graduate program, and I hope that I can make it through, and that once I'm done with that, life will be a little less fast paced and a little less hectic. But yeah, um, I guess I just have the birthday blues, which is not fun for anyone. And for the past couple weekends, I've been every Sunday night dreading going back to work. And it's apparently very common for people who work in the education field, whether it's SLPs or teachers. There's something about working in education that is, I feel like teachers and educators are constantly overloaded with work and unrealistic expectations. Last week, because we are mandated reporters, I had to submit a report for a student who, um, because my son came home and told me that one of his friends had bruises on her arm, and he asked her about it, and she said, "My mom hits me and yells at me for no reason," and that is enough. Was really enough for me to have to submit a report, because if there's any sort of suspicion of any sort of abuse going on, whether it's physical or mental, we are by law mandated to report on it. And this was the first time I had to submit one of those reports. Anyway, yeah, just wanted to update, I guess, and that is it for now.